Alright, y'all, it's time. This is the definitive guide to installing mods in Need for Speed Underground 2 in 2026. This video only applies to car mods, and it only applies to the most recent additions to the extensive library of Need for Speed Underground 2 car mods, which are the lore-friendly mods and the higher quality add-on mods that are primarily designed to work with Need for Speed Underground 2.net. Or just underground2.net. Somebody in the comment section of my underground2.net video requested that I show you how to install car mods, and that's what we're doing now. I've done a couple of videos like this before, and they've always done exceptionally well, even when the channel was really small, so I appreciate your continued support on those videos. To all intents and purposes, if you follow along with the instructions exactly, you shouldn't really run into problems. Before anything else, there are some prerequisites that you will need to download, and those are binary, which is the thing that will allow you to actually install the mods into the game, so the model and its behaviors, the textures, things like that. Then you'll need the Need for Speed Underground 2 Unlimiter. Most of the Black Box era games now have an Unlimiter mod. It's a script file, and I think it does something with the internal game memory to allow the game to accept new additional cars and things like that. And finally, you will also need Need for Speed Underground 2 Car Sound Tuner, which expands the car sound library of the game in case the car that you're downloading has a unique sound, so the game can take it. I have very limited understanding or knowledge on how mods actually work, on the coding side anyway. This is just how I understand it. Lastly, this is optional, but you will need for Speed Underground 2 Extra Options, only because Extra Options has this thing where if you press a shortcut on the keyboard, you will have everything unlocked at the start of the game, which is important because each new car mod that you install requires you to make a new save file. Now, if you don't want to do that, I recommend downloading several car mods at once and installing them all at once so they'll all be available when you create a new account. Now, a lot of this applies to the base game. If you already have underground2.net installed, I already explained that in my old video on underground2.net, but it's just a matter of dragging folders into the game directory. It's much the same with Unlimiter and Car Sound Tuner, and if you have the widescreen patch for the game, 13AG's widescreen patch, which I'm sure you do by now, then chances are you already have a scripts folder in the game directory, and it's just a matter of placing things in there. You will also need the updated Need for Speed Underground 2 executable and a no-cd exe file to go along with that. I cannot provide you with download links to those for legal reasons, but Underground 2 is abandonware, so a quick Google search should get you where you need to go. Anyway, once all of that is ready, everything's extracted, moved to the game directory, and blah blah blah, it is time to unpack the car mod. The car mod that I've chosen for this video is this, the Mitsubishi Eclipse GTS, the Too Fast, Too Furious generation. Most of the most recent car mods for Underground 2, the higher quality ones, and often the lore-friendly ones as well, they have the same installation process, and it is super straightforward. So, once you have everything downloaded, go ahead and extract the zip file that you downloaded with the car mod files inside of it, and you will see a .end file. What you need to do now is run binary as an administrator, click on user mode, and then it will ask you first, what's the script file that you would like to install? You're going to navigate to the directory where you extracted your car mod, and you're going to click install. Actually, it'll give you a little drop-down menu. In the case of the Eclipse here, it first lets you either install or uninstall the mod, and then it lets you select if you want the menu logo to be low resolution, like the base game, or higher resolution, and I went for the higher resolution option here. Once you're done with that, you will click install, and you will get a little pop-up on the screen letting you know that it's been successfully installed. And then that's literally it, and it's then just a matter of launching the game and creating a new profile, and bam, there's your car. Now, one last thing worth mentioning is that I believe that binary has a slightly different procedure when you start it for the first time, when you download it for the first time. And if that does turn out to be the case, because I can't remember at the top of my head right now, I'm recording this voiceover off the cuff, I will put an explanation of what you need to do with binary in the description of the video. But generally, this is all you need to do. For the most recent car mods, this is it. It's just installing the script file through binary and launching the game with a new profile. Back to that extra options thing for a second. That's only for the base game. If you have underground2.net, no matter what type of new profile you create or how many times you do it, every car in the game is unlocked by default, so you can just go straight in and mess with the car and customize it. And again, a lot of these latest mods are made to work with Underground2.net because of all of its customization, quality of life improvements like removal of restrictions and additional aftermarket parts that you can install. So my recommendation would be to just get Underground2.net, and I believe that also includes Unlimiter and Car Sound Tuner by default, so you'll just have that ready to go. And that is about it. If you follow these steps exactly, you should have no issue getting your NFS Underground 2 car mods to work. However, I am willing to correct a mistake from my previous videos on this subject matter, and I will try to respond to comments that are still having issues. But again, my recommendation would be here now, without knowing any of your specific circumstances, to just, if it doesn't work for some reason, uninstall the mod through binary, or just redo the installation process altogether. Now, those two come one after the other. You'll have to uninstall the mod, then reinstall it again using the same steps, create a new profile, and see if that works. One important thing we need to note here is that this tutorial applies specifically to add-on cars. So nothing that replaces existing cars in the game. Only add-on cars that don't replace anything in the game. This tutorial will get you far along enough with those. The process for installing replacement car mods into Need for Speed Underground 2 is a little different, and frankly, it's kind of an outdated thing, because most of the replacement car mods are not as high quality or as able to take advantage of the game's features as the most recent add-on mods are. But if you do want to install replacement cars, that's a fairly straightforward process. If you want, I'll provide an additional tutorial, kind of like an addendum to this video. Anyway, that's it. That's all you need to do to get on the road of modifying the living out of Need for Speed Underground 2 with some really cool car mods that are made by some really talented people. Oh, and also, if you have an add-on car pack like Olympic Imports or Bayview's Best, which I incorrectly called Olympic Imports in the last video, sorry everybody, then it's the same process. Through binary, it'll just install all the cars at once. And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what... No, that doesn't work. This is not a car review. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you have any issues, let me know in the comments or let me know if it worked. See you later. Goodbye.